At 5.
That's what phishing is, an attempt to get your information.
Email scammers are at it again, this time targeting Fargo Public Schools. Messages offering to pay for mystery shoppers are not what they appear to be. A whistleblower contacted us about an email that seemed too good to be true, and it turns out it was. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz has more.
If it looks fishy, it's probably phishing with a PH.
When you receive an email from anyone that offers you something you didn't expect, particularly if it involves money, the first question should always be, why did this fall into my lap?
That's what happened to Fargo Public School staffers, receiving a mystery shopper solicitation, offering to pay them to shop.
When I opened up my email, I saw a subject line that said ND Opportunity. That to me is a generic subject.
Bill Westrick, the school's IT director, says he spotted the phishing scam.
This one was a little tricky because it came from a staff member.
His first red flag?
We're a school district, and this was about a secret shopper program. We don't use our work accounts for that.
According to guidelines from the Federal Trade Commission, you should never have to pay to be a mystery shopper. One staffer who took the bait luckily didn't lose any money. She was given this check and brought it to her bank just to find out it's false. The school's IT director also says the mystery shopper's web address was strange.
The PDF document that was included had a link. The link didn't go to a .com, a .edu, a .org. It went to, I think, a .gr address, which is out of this country.
That GR address is actually from Greece, a little far from the Fargo colleague whom the email supposedly came from.
We got her email reset, password reset.
And the school's IT department says this scam is not unique, and it receives ones like this every day, and you should always be on the lookout. In Fargo, Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
The school's IT department says the staffer whom the scam email supposedly came from was hacked, likely by clicking on a link and offering a name and password. And if you need help uncovering fraud and corruption in your community, call our whistleblower hotline, 237-6576. You can leave your tip, and then a member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. The thermometer says it's cold, but the sunshine made it seem a little better out there today. Let's find out if there are any big weather hang-ups for this evening. Hutch?
Well, it does look like our tricky bouts with snow have exited off to the east, leaving us with that sunshine. Notice there are some clouds making its way into the western Dakotas. Here's a look at those chilly morning temperatures, and it was between 0 and 10 below in the northern Red River Valley. Single digits for the rest of us down south to start the day. And we haven't warmed up a lot. It is 12 degrees outdoors in Fargo right now and not too much wind. So the main weather risk tonight is going to be, well, those chilly temperatures out there. We'll be falling back down into the single digits. Wind chills between 10 below and 10 above for most of us at this hour. Air temperatures will slowly slip into the single digits this evening. The wind light tonight, but Andrea, it picks up in a big way tomorrow. It's going to be gusty, but the wind is bringing presence, and those presents are warmer air temperatures. We'll have details on how warm we get here in just a minute.
We missed the wind, right?
Oh yeah, I missed it a lot.
Sure we did. Thank you, Hutch. One man is dead after a fire ripped through his home early this morning. It happened here in the 18,000 block of Lookout Tower Road in Hines Township, which is in Beltrami County. Police say they got a call around 3 in the morning from neighbors saying they heard a loud explosion, and before they could see the flames, 76-year-old Oscar Ekstrom died in the fire. The cause is still under investigation. Police believe snow and ice played a role in a crash late last night that left one Minnesota man injured. The Minnesota State Patrol says 30-year-old Joseph Hermes of Alexandria was hurt when his SUV left the road and overturned on Highway 27, just east of Hoffman in Grant County. He is expected to be okay. The search continues today for two fishermen who disappeared after their boat capsized in a north-central Minnesota lake. Monday night, the boat with 3 commercial anglers experienced problems on Red Lake. One of the men swam to shore, and when he turned back to look, saw that the boat had capsized. A 29-year-old and 17-year-old have not been found. Search boats have worked their way through icy waters, hoping to find them, but authorities say boats are no longer an option with the lake freezing over. The department plans on using aircraft, drones, and cadaver dogs for ongoing searches and will continue to ask for the public's help in searching the shoreline. A photo that's making the rounds on social media is serving as a reminder to be careful about what you post online. The controversial photo is circulating, and many online are claiming that the people pictured are NDSU students. The picture contains 4 white people wearing black facial masks with the words gang expletive across the photo. It's generating a lot of criticism and backlash after being shared on Twitter and Snapchat. A representative with NDSU says the university is aware of the photo and is looking into it. The Richland County Sheriff's Office is notifying the public of a high-risk sex offender moving to the Kindred area. They say 32-year-old Aaron Bever is living at 5650 160th Avenue Southeast in Kindred. He was convicted of 2 counts of 4th-degree sexual assault in Wisconsin back in 2004. His victim was a 6-year-old girl. Authorities will be holding a public meeting regarding Bever on November 14th at 7 p.m. at the Walcott Fire Hall. The Minnesota Nurses Association claims Essentia Health is threatening to fire nurses who are not compliant with their flu shot policy. The group filed a grievance about the policy, claiming it violates their contract. Essentia announced the policy in September, requiring all employees, volunteers, students, and hospital vendors to get their flu shot unless they have a religious or medical exemption. The hospital says it's necessary to keep coworkers and patients safe.
We are pro-health. We're nurses. We take care of people. We want to have the same rights as patients do. Every patient has a right to refuse any medicine that might be offered to them, but we're not given that same right.
Voluntary programs have not been able to obtain the high level of immunization that's desired to protect our patients and our coworkers.
The policy says any employee who fails to give an exemption by this Friday or get a shot by the 19th will not be on the schedule come November 20th. Here in Fargo, Essentia officials say they do not anticipate the same problem because there is no nurses union and 90% of their employees have gotten the shot. A generous and comforting gift today from the Moorhead Noon Kiwanis to Sanford Health. 170 Kiwanis dolls, or trauma dolls as they're called, are cut, sewn, and stuffed by the Kiwanis and other local groups, and then given to sick or injured children in the hospital. Those young patients can use a marker to draw a face on the 15-inch dolls and express how they're feeling, or doctors can also use them to explain a procedure.
The love of labor that really is put into each one of these dolls. You know, these are volunteers that are working and volunteering their time to make such a real heartful gift to these kids.
The Kiwanis also gave a check to Sanford for over $1,800. It's money raised from a golf event and fundraiser held in September. Many schools have a police officer there during the day, but their job is about much more than keeping students safe. School resource officers say they're there to build support with students and create a positive relationship between students and law enforcement. Cyberbullying is a big problem they're seeing in every school, so they advise parents to keep an extra eye on their kids' social media accounts. Officers say they aren't there to punish students, but to stop them from doing something wrong.
We need to come and support and bring the resources for the parents so that they can hold their child accountable, because they also know their child and their child's needs best. And then we're just additional resources, support, and help for them and their families.
Crime Week on the Valley Today wraps up tomorrow morning when Christy Larson talks cyber protection and has warnings about keeping your identity and money safe online. It's the nation's